So very reliable media houses have come out to say that Julian Alvarez to Arsenal is actually a very high possibility. And I'm excited. If you're an Arsenal fan, you should be excited. And I will explain to you why. The story is very simple. Alvarez wanted Barcelona. Barcelona wanted Alvarez. You know, he has, I think, a release clause of about 450 million euros. Nobody's going to pay that. We all know that in this transfer market. It's crazy, but nobody's going to be crazy enough to pay 450 million 450 million euros for any player, for that matter. At least not Alvarez. Now, and again, Barcelona do not have that type of money. They don't. The fact is, he prefers Barcelona. And Arsenal have, of course, Mikel Arteta has been a fan of Julian Alvarez, proven in the Premier League, Manchester City, prolific striker. He's not very prolific, by the way. He's good, but he's not in the realm of Erling Haaland, by the way. He's not. And, you know, the story is that, you know, he prefers Barcelona. Barcelona are happy to sign him, but Atletico Madrid will not sell to a Spanish rival, which makes sense, right? And he has a long-term contract. He has 4 years left on his contract. I mean, if you were looking at going to Barcelona, why sign such a long-term contract, and why, you know, allow such a very high release clause on your deal, which doesn't make any sense anyway. He prefers Barcelona. But why the whole news is bubbling up right now is mainly because, as of right now, he has come out to say he's happy to go to Arsenal, which is really big. And that makes all the difference, because him wanting to go to Arsenal will simply open the door, you know, for the deal to happen. I hear for Arsenal, Atletico Madrid are happy to take £100 million, which is about 120 million euros. Arsenal are looking at what, 85 to 90 million pounds. So that difference in valuation doesn't look too much. I think they'll be able to reach an agreement, the way I see it. Fingers crossed. But why should Arsenal sign Julian Alvarez? We'll get to that shortly. Before we continue, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Now, why does the deal make a lot of sense? Imagine a attacking lineup of, and by the way, Alvarez can also play on the left wing. Imagine playing Alvarez, Gyökeres, and Saka as your strikers. Even if you make him a substitute striker, he's going to be fantastic. If you decide to play 4-4-2, where you have 2 strikers, imagine a strike force of Gyökeres and Alvarez, very powerful, very slick. If you add the likes of, Guimarães and, Morgan Rogers, Arsenal will just be next level. So it's exciting and it's awesome. Now, when people say, oh, why don't you go for the likes of Gino Krupi? He's 20 years old, better business. Even if he goes for, what, 80 million pounds in the next couple of years, he's going to be better. I'll tell you, when I hear this sort of argument, it makes me want to compare what happened last season with Gyökeres versus the Man United striker, Sesko. Now, Sesko is still not the finished product. Gyökeres is at the peak of his career. If Arsenal had signed Sesko last season, maybe Arsenal might not have won the league. If you sign Gino Krupi right now, you're not signing the finished product. But if you sign Alvarez, you're signing the finished product. Arsenal want to win things now. Arsenal want to win the Champions League. They want to retain the Premier League. And they want to win as many trophies as possible. So we're not on a project where we're like, okay, let's get Sesko. Right now, Sesko is a very fantastic player. I think he was even targeted by Barcelona this summer or something like that. He has potential. He's, I think, 22 or 23. And he has a very high ceiling. Everybody believes that. But if you want a player who is going to hit the ground running, like right now, deliver, score the goals, and get you where you want to be, you want a Julian Alvarez. If you don't have, for any reason, the likes of Kai Havertz or our main striker, what's his name? Our centre forward, Arsenal's main centre forward. If you don't have him for any reason, Gyökeres. If you don't have Gyökeres, he's injured, he's being rested, he's rotated. By the way, Alvarez might even be the preferred starter. I don't know. When he comes into the team, you never know what will happen. He might hit the ground running. He might be that person who just hits form and Arteta decides he's the guy. And I'm hoping that, because Arsenal is the kind of team that will play multiple matches. We're going to play between 50, 60, 70, 65 matches. Last season, we played, I think, a record 60-something games. If you're going to do that, you need 2 to 3 solid, reliable strikers. Remember last season, towards the end of the season, Champions League, Arsenal, the burnouts, every player had cramps. It was difficult, but Arsenal had to pull through. And the likes of Mikel Arteta and all the other players we had on the bench were the ones that helped us get over the line. So for centre forward position, if you ask me, Alvarez would be a fantastic signing, and Arsenal should go for it. I don't want to hear any, all this talk about, oh, why shouldn't we, go for a younger player? I understand if this transfer window ends and we end up with Gino Krupi, I'll be a happy person. But if we want to really go for the Champions League again, just imagine another Champions League final with the likes of PSG or Bayern Munich. You want to have that profile of player, available to make that difference. If we're going to close the gap, if you have the likes of Bruno Guimarães, imagine Rice, Guimarães, and the rest of them, it's going to be a very, very solid and complete team and squad. So let me know your thoughts on this. Are you excited? Arsenal fans, are you excited? Is this something that can happen? Can we really close this deal? It looks like the next couple of weeks is going to be exciting. Arsenal look like they're going to be closing very big deals in the next couple of weeks. And I'll be keeping you updated on all the updates regarding the transfers and breaking down what all of these transfers mean and once they happen as well. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out. Thank you.